What's going on YouTube? This is Poji Force here, welcoming all you Kaijudo masters. I understand I haven't really uploaded anything lately, so I figured I'd, do these discussion videos. What you see here is me preparing to sort my cards, all my extra stock, in preparation for the release of Dragon Strike Infernus tomorrow. I know this isn't going to be particularly interesting to watch. It's really just a background to the discussion. So all of my spare boxes here. Um, I'm about to get into it, just sort things out by set. But while this is going on, I want to talk to you about why I haven't really been producing much content lately. Really, it's a whole lot of things. Most of it's excuses. Um, Now, compared to most other channels, I really don't have as many players that I would like. Right now, it's really just me, Nick, and Nathan in our locals. Sometimes I get to go to Virginia Beach every weekend, and I hang out with CVH, Earth Power, um, Gorby, Theo, all those guys. They're really cool. They're fun to hang out with, but I only see them once a week, and I don't always record because the matches with them get really intense, and I try to focus on the matches. Um, but yeah, honestly, I just haven't been recording. I don't know why. Maybe I'm a little drained. I don't know. But, the new set's coming out tomorrow, so I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'll be talking about that in the follow-up because this is not going to be all in one video. There's a lot of cards here to sort. At this moment, I'm going through the cards and I'm picking out stuff to put in my binder and stuff that's going to go in my extras boxes. Like, trade stuff, like the hollows, I just put in one pile. My sealed promos, which I'm going to end up having to unseal to put in the book. I don't know, maybe they're worth more sealed. I don't know. They only cost me $1 each to get because the store that down in Virginia Beach was selling their extra promos for just $1 a piece. So I'm like, sure, why not? For a while there, I don't know how many of you people are aware, but I am an artist, and for the longest time, I was missing my tablet stylus. I use a Cintiq tablet. I'm not sure how many of you know what that is. It's this big black flat thing that I take a special pen and I draw on it and it draws on my screen, and that's usually how I do my art because I like to illustrate. I do character designs. You may have seen my logo design for Earth Power's Twit contest. Runner up. Really, I kind of expected something like that because honestly, even though I didn't vote, did see the logos beforehand, and I told Earth Power myself. It wasn't the winner at the time, but the one that became the winner, I told him that that one was very professional and clean, and it was just a really good design. Like, I have to admit, I spent 7 years in design school, but I have to. I mean, I always talk down about my own work anyway, but I think his design was superior. So, congratulations to the winner. I don't honestly remember who it was, but congratulations, you did really good. Um, but yeah, my tablet stylus was missing for a while, so I couldn't do art. Um, During that time, I was really making videos because there really wasn't much else to do. That and video games is pretty much it. Then I found it about a week or 2 weeks ago, and I've been drawing nonstop because I really like to draw, and I hadn't been able to do it for a while. Because I mean, I've drawn, and I have a sketchbook. It's a really cool sketchbook. Nathan actually jokingly said he's planning on stealing it because it's a steampunk sketchbook that I got at a convention, and it's got this cool tumbler lock on it. And yeah, but anyway, I've been drawing in that, but I tend to sketch only in the sketchbooks, and then I take it into my computer and I really flesh it out, clean it up, put some color and shading on it. But I haven't been able to do that until like as of 2 weeks ago, and I really started catching up. I've been drawing a lot lately. Um, Maybe I'll do some Kaijudo fan art one day. Right now, most everything I draw, I'd really rather not share. But I like my artwork is very personal. So, design work is another thing. But my illustration work is very personal, and I keep it close to me. What else to talk about? I did mention video games. I have been playing a lot of video games. For the longest time, it's like Like when I got burnt out on Kaijudo for a bit there, I'll admit I got burnt out because there's only so much to do. So honestly, I'm not even watching the video because there's some things in the video here that I want to mention when they happen. But yeah. Anyway, I think at this point I'm still going through cards. Um, I okay, now I'm distracted. um, Video games. I played Skyrim. I don't know how many of you have played Skyrim. It's an amazing game. I love that game so much. Now I played on PC, so I've got mods. I've got so many mods. Um, there's some mods that I used for a while that I'm no longer using. There's what mods were there? I was using the enhanced cities mods, which are really cool. They kind of add a whole bunch of extra clutter and they make the cities look more lived in. Like right now, by comparison, the default cities, the way they look, are extremely barren. Like Whiterun, oh my goodness. Now, my only real complaint about the enhanced cities mods is that it throws a lot of trees in there, which I'm not so sure. Some of them just the trees just don't make sense. And they always populate the cities with the same 4 or 5 herbs. You got the dragon tongue, the hanging moss, the death bell, and the nightshade. And it doesn't matter which city it is or what town it is, because there's like an enhanced towns mod too. It doesn't matter what city or town it is. That's um that's always there, and it's kind of because it seems like in the overworld the only places where you really find dragon tongue normally is in the volcanic wasteland. And that's me showing off that I still have one of the sealed decks just there. I gave one away to one of our new players. We have a bunch of new players, by the way. So I'm hoping to get some videos with them soon. Patches. I've already shown some of the patches, I think. Scared Orb of Gloomhollow. That's right. I have one spare. I might give it away. Might trade it. Sell it on the cheap. Oh, no. There's plenty of players out there who don't have a set of Scared Orb of Gloomhollow, and it's a fairly difficult card to pull, so I'd like to enable some, especially some of our new players, to be able to get their hands on it. Hyperspeed Dragon. One of our new players, Travis, bought himself a 2-player battle box, and he pulled a Gloomhollow out of it. So, he's got a leg up on Garrett and Dale, I think was his name. I didn't even know, hadn't even heard of Dale before our last tournament, but he showed up and he knew how to play and he had a deck, which was very interesting. I think that might be because of Garrett. Garrett was a new player. He can't afford any cards, so everything he has been given to him. But he's very good. He's been really telling, especially the Magic players, it's like, yo, this game's really cool. It's a lot like Magic. It's cheaper to play. So we've actually got a lot of people from Magic, and our locals is growing, so it's really cool. Here I am about to go through my trade binder and sort things out and put them away. We're only 8 minutes in, and I've got 30 minutes recorded here. Oh my goodness. Oh, what else to talk about? Travis and Dale. Our new players are Travis, Dale, Garrett, and David. They're all pretty cool people. Travis bought a 2-player battle box, and after the other guys saw him with it, they're like, "Oh, we want that." He's like, "Oh, they're at Walmart." It's like, "Oh, I need to go to Walmart." So, I told Steve that he needs to get his hands on. Steve, by the way, in case you don't know, is our store owner at Atlantis Comics, and I've suggested to him to get his hands on 2-player battle boxes because we're getting a lot of new players now, and I think those new players are going to turn around and they're going to tell other Magic players about the game, and they're going to play. And 2-player battle boxes are a great start for them. So if he can get his hands on it, it's a guaranteed sell. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure people will buy it. If not, us old fogies is going to be the new players. I've also suggested him to get the Dragon Master Collection because he didn't have any of that either. He's got Dojo Edition though, which I have to say the Virginia Beach store does not have. It seems like no one can keep their hands on Evo, which is really, we should get more Evo. What was I talking about before I went off on a tangent about our new players? I was talking about video games I've played. recently, and why they're pretty much like why I haven't been recording Kaijudo videos. Really, I got tired of the same matchups because, like I said, it's just me, Nick, and Nathan for the most part. And you can only see me versus Nick, me versus Nathan, and Nathan versus Nick so many times before I personally think it gets boring. Especially since Nick changes his deck very little. He tends to be running the same thing. I'm stuck playing either Saberbolt or Blurple because I lack the light material to build Cobalt or Orion or any cool stuff like that. Though I did pull an Orion recently. You may have noticed it in the video. Or actually, you know what? I think at this point, yeah, I realized that I had forgotten some cards to organize. One of which I believe was an Orion. So I'm about to go through those. See, there's a Deathblade Beetle right there. So yeah, an Orion. I pulled that the other day. I was real excited. Trying to get the stuff to build Cobalt. Didn't pull any Cobalts, sadly, but I did pull an Orion, so there's that. Um, but yeah, I can only build so much good stuff because I lack a lot of the really cool light stuff from Evo. And Nathan plays very aggressive decks. He tends to play anything with nature in it, so we're all kind of limited in our own ways. So, these matches, me versus Nathan, Nathan versus Nick, Nick versus me, they tend to be very much the same, which is kind of the reason why I'm excited we have so many new players, because as they start getting better at the game, I can start recording matches with them, or at the very, no, Splinter Claw Wasp. I showed that because I understand Carl Reddish enjoys that card. So, Carl, if you'd like me to send you that, Thunder Sultan, if you'd like me to send you that Splinter Claw Wasp, send me your contact info, and I'd be more than happy to send that to you. I mean, I have no use for it. I think that's a first edition one too from Dojo. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, when our new players start, because right now the only one who has a set of Terror Pits is Garrett. But, that reminds me, Travis actually won a round, won a match. I mean, most of our new players didn't do very well, honestly, because, half of the roster was new players, but then half of us was us experienced players with, completed decks and all that. Most of them were running off of barely modified demo decks, but, Travis did pretty good. I sat down with him before the tournament because he had extra material. He did get the two-player battle box, and I sat down with him before the tournament, and I helped him build a deck, and he took a game off of one of us experienced players, I think. I'm not sure. And he did win a match. So, I think of all of our newer players, he really did the best. Garrett, he has a set of Terror Pits, so I'm not sure what went wrong for him there. I don't know. Maybe I need to sit down with him and help him work on his deck a bit. He's doing Fire Dark, which may be his problem because he's not really running a Rush deck, but he's running Rush colors. So I don't know. Maybe you need to sit down with him and help him figure out what he wants to do with the deck. If he throws in water and slows it down a bit, he might be able to build a control deck. So, but yeah. And there I am getting, video games. Getting back to video games. I mentioned every time I try to go to video games, I end up talking about the new players. I can't help it. I really like the new players. I hope we get more new players. But anyway, um, video games. I mentioned Skyrim. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim. And I'm one of those people where you play RPGs. It's like you got to build the perfect character. You got to know exactly what you're doing. You got to put all your levels in the right spot. And if you don't, you screw up and you start over because now you're not happy with the character. So I've built like 30 new Skyrim characters over the past 3 or 4 weeks, and only 2 of them have I actually completed the main story with because I get so far. I get tired of them. I restart them. That's how, I mean, that's just how I am. I mean, I never did that in Pokemon because, Pokemon doesn't let you maintain multiple save files. Here I am opening the sealed promos. I probably should have left them sealed. Oh, don't look. It's painful. But yeah, Skyrim. I got back into Minecraft lately. I haven't played it nearly as much as I've played Skyrim, but I've gotten back into Minecraft lately. Um, Building like this huge temple, cathedral, castle thing. And you know what? I ought to put the world seed in the description below because personally, I think that's an amazing world seed. It's a lot of big, flat ground. There's a deep cave system nearby where if you fall all the way down, it leads to obsidian. It leads to abandoned mine shafts. It's just really cool. I feel like it's like an excellent. And then there's the ocean nearby, and there's plenty of lakes with sandy beaches. So you've got pretty much every material that you need nearby, except for clay. I saw one person once make a statement: clay is rarer than diamonds in Minecraft. And you know what? I see that because if you're not in the right biome for it, oh look, there's another splinter claw wasp down there. So yeah, Carl, if you want those splinter claw wasps, just tell me and I'll send them to you free of charge. It's no problem. I'll help out your collection. I'm probably going to start collecting old gates. Everyone has their weird card that they collect, and old gate was just something I ran for a little while. And I think at this point, I'm sorting by set. Just going through the big stack of extra stuff, and I'm sorting by set. So, back to video games. Minecraft. I tried setting up a multiplayer server, and I was successful at setting it up for local play. So if like someone's in the house with me, they're connected to my router, they can play in the same world as me. But I tried setting it up for on like real online play for my friends who don't live nearby. A friend of mine I used to play D&D with. It was their idea to set up a Minecraft server. I gave it the same world seed as the one I was talking about because I think that's a really cool seed. But he can't connect. I think it's got something to do with our router settings because our wireless router that I have everything set up on is not directly connected to the internet. It's running through another router, and because that router, I don't have the login info for it, and it's not port forwarding. I don't think that's probably why he can't connect. I've asked my dad if I could have permission to reroute our routers, so to speak. Move the wireless router so that is the core router instead of having this weird router chain deal thing. He said maybe. I can kind of understand why because, nowadays in this information technology world, internet is very important and there's no telling how long the internet will be down if I do that. So, that's a thing. What else have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of things. There was a game I got called The Cave that I played for a little while, but that really wasn't much of a distraction. I haven't finished that. I should go back and finish it. The 3 characters I picked were the time traveler, the knight, and the monk. Those are my 3 characters. I finished the knight's story, and I finished the time traveler story. I haven't done the monk's story yet. I haven't reached the bottom of the cave yet either, so it's an interesting puzzle platformer deal. Produced by Sega, I think. It's got a quirky sense of humor. I find it enjoyable personally. I think it might be partially inspired by Portal, because the sense of humor is kind of that grim dark sort of thing, and it's just really weird and random and puzzly and platformy. So, yeah. That's The Cave. That's available on Steam. I've been pretty much a PC gamer. Like, I have an Xbox that I have Borderlands 2 on, which I, long time ago, before I even really took off this channel, I played Borderlands 2 to death until I got sick and tired of it. Now they've come out with like 4 DLC since then, and I had the season pass, so the DLCs were free for me, and I can't bring myself to touch the game anymore. And it's really my fault because I played the game to death and now I'm just completely sick and tired of it. It's not a bad game. It's a great game, and as a matter of fact, I'm tired of it. Speaking of other games that I used to be tired of but got back into, Team Fortress 2 is another really great game, and I've gotten back into it lately, and I've been trading, and it's kind of weird, really, because lately they've introduced an option to sell in-game items for real money. And that means essentially that you can make cash by trading goods in Team Fortress 2. There's metal, and there's weapons, and there's hats, and then there's secondary items and miscellaneous items, and there's a lot of stuff. Like, and then there's several websites that track the value of items. And right now the item selling thing is in beta. There's only certain items you can sell that way, but it's only a matter of time before you can sell every item in your backpack. Your backpacks, your TF2 inventory. I'm speaking lingo here. Sorry about that. But yeah, you can sell. There's only a matter of time before you can sell your entire backpack, and there's websites that tell you the monetary value of your backpack because there's a huge economy built up around this. My backpack is currently worth, I think they said about $100, which is a lot for a bunch of zeros and ones. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of video games, and that's part of the reason why I haven't been producing a lot of content. Part of it's also because there's only so many players in my area that I can readily go to and record. During the week, especially, Nick's got school and work. Nathan has work. I don't even know how to get hold of Garrett and the other guys most of the time. So, mostly, really, we only get to record during the weekend, and then I get distracted because we do tournaments and stuff. So, yeah. I'm also looking, hopefully, to get a really nice camera because I record everything off of my computer. Nice camera with a nice tripod means I can set up better angles. I don't have to do weird stuff like this current angle. And as you can see, I'm still sorting by set. Where that just put the 2 spy mission, that's TVR. The Tornado Flame is Dojo Edition. Where the Simian Trooper is, that's uh, Rise, and where the Cloudwalker drone is obviously Evo. Still sorting through. I got a King Neptus sitting over there because Neptus, I decided should go in the binder because Neptus is really good. You know, there's a lot of random things. Like today, I just found out I have a jet thrust darter and a search the depths in my car, and they're going to stay there because I don't care enough to go retrieve them. But yeah. Yeah. So I know I have more things to say here, but I just can't remember them. Ugh. Oh yeah, that reminds me. My sister's home for the week, so I really should record her in a duel. Um, she's home till when are you home till, Amber? She's home till Sunday, so I really should record a duel with her, even though she hasn't changed her deck any. But I've just been saying that it's been me, Nick, and Nathan all this time, so I really should get her in a duel. I don't know. Something to do for later. Think about for later. Um, you may have noticed that this video is slowly reaching its end, and yet I have yet to even start putting cards away, aside from the special hollows and all that. That's because sorting takes a long time for me. I sort by set number, and I have a singles binder, which is full, so I don't have to put anything in the singles binder right now. But then I have my trade binder, my extra hollows and rares that I think might be worth something. And then I have big white boxes, which I think you'll see here in a minute. That's just full of everything else, pretty much. It's full of everything else. I have 2 of them, one of which has my extra TVR, my extra dojo, and some of my extra rise. The other one has the rest of my extra rise and my extra evo. I used to bring those all the time with me to events and stuff, but they were heavy and clunky, and I had to carry this big duffel bag, and I got tired of it. So now all I do is I just keep certain extras with my deck and my hollows binder, my trade binder, and that's all I take with me now to locals because that's really all I need. Though I might start carrying the boxes again, especially to my Portsmouth store at Atlantis because new players, they might need some of this stuff that I don't even think about because I've got like a billion of it. They don't have any of it, so I'm really hoping to see them again this weekend. Saturday, that's another thing. Saturday I have to work, and you may not have known, but until recently I was unemployed, and now I have a job, and I'm working at a theme park out in Williamsburg. It's about a 45-minute hour drive for me, and that's part of the reason why I haven't been recording either, because I've been going to work. I don't get to work very much. Like, I only work one day this week, 2 days next week. But last week, I worked 4 days. And it's an hour drive out there. I'm there for 4 or 5 hours, and then there's another hour drive back. And that's exhausting. And then I get home, and then I don't feel like doing anything but playing video games. Because video games are something I can just veg out on. Don't even think. Just sit here, move a mouse. Don't have to talk. Excuse me. Don't have to do anything. Video games are my drug, so to speak. My headset's falling apart. I need a new headset. It's only a matter of time before this one just breaks apart completely. The right earpiece keeps coming off. Give me a second. There we go. Didn't even notice that had come off until the rough edge of the plastic was stabbing me in the neck. So yeah. I say so yeah a lot, don't I? You know, I will probably send like some kind of reward or something to the player who can first tell me just how many times I've said so yeah in this video. Just out of curiosity. I need a new mat. Anyway, what else to talk about? What else to talk about? There's actually certain things that I would love to talk about, but I'm trying to save them for the next video because, like I said, this is not going to be something I'm going to finish now. I think at this point I realized that, yeah, I had found more stuff that I had to sort, so now I'm sorting some more hydrobot crab down there. I apologize if this video isn't really all that interesting. I know that I'm talking about a lot of things that aren't Kaijudo, and you guys come to me for Kaijudo content, and that's really not what's going on here. There will be plenty of Kaijudo talk in the next one, because as I said, this is pre-Dragon Strike and Furnace sorting, so this is me getting ready for the next set due tomorrow. I will be picking up as much of it as I can fathom, as much as I can afford. I'm getting paid tomorrow too, by the way. I get my paycheck. I'm donating plasma tomorrow, so I get more money that way. I got 40 bucks in my pocket. I got some money in the bank. I'm going to spend as much of it as I can afford on getting me some Dragon Strike and Furnace, because there's some things I want to do with that set that I will be talking plenty about. I'm going to talk a lot about Dragon Strike and Furnace in the next video, so please look forward to that. I know these videos aren't very interesting. This is kind of like, the way I'm liking this is like two old men who are fishing. Watching me sort cards is like fishing. It's not terribly interesting, but it's just something to do. It's relaxing in a way. For you guys anyway, sorting cards for me is actually quite stressful because, head crane down, just thumbing through cards. I have to read everything and do it quickly, otherwise I'm wasting time. So it's kind of stressful for me. But for you guys watching, this can be an interesting insight into just how I do things, and just a relaxing, not so high octane video. And then I just talk and we conversate, like two old men talking in a fishing boat. I'm one of the old men, and you guys are the other old man, and that's okay. That's okay. Be proud of your old manness. And here I am now, finally opening up one of the big white boxes, and I'm getting ready to sort stuff. Oh, and at this point, what I did was I went and I sorted the cards. I start with TVR and I go down the line. I sort the cards out by what they are. Normally I go in civilization order, but there were so few cards here that it really wasn't necessary. I think this video is about to be over. A few more minutes. I keep saying that, but You know, I guess I just thought that this particular segment of discussion, just talking about why I've been not producing content, and I really do apologize for that. Like, I get new subscribers every day, and they're really expecting me to do things. Because I understand that. Because there's certain people that I follow. I follow Star or Nix. I follow Toby Turner, Tobuscus. I follow Shibby2140. I think it's 2142, something like that. I follow a lot of gamers because I like watching them play games. I follow PewDiePie. A lot of really cool people. I also follow Earth Power in them, but honestly, like I said, I've been a little burned out on Kaijudo lately, and I've just been watching a lot of gaming videos, and I can understand what it's like when you're subscribed to somebody and then you're just waiting for that next update because you love their content. And if any of you people are like that for me, like really, thank you. I don't I don't usually hear about it, but I do enjoy when you enjoy my videos. So that's a thing. So much I want to talk about 6DSi, but I'm trying to save it for the next video. Oh my goodness. As I mentioned earlier, I am missing a lot of light stuff out of Evo Fury, so I've been wanting to build Cobalt Control. I'm probably not going to get the chance to do so now that the new set's coming out tomorrow. But if any of you guys are willing to trade me Orions or Cobalts, I do have trade stuff. You've probably noticed some of it while I was flipping through the book or while I was sorting stuff out. What am I doing at this point? I think I'm putting the light cards for Dojo Edition in. Yeah. And then there's the Sunshock. I keep finding myself wanting to say something about 6DSi because there's a lot of cool stuff there that I want to talk about, but now it's water. Vicaracus, Belvortex, Florgil Manta, and I think that's Aqua Guard, Aqua Soldier, something. It's not a good card. It used to be a good card back when it was a one-drop blocker with an evolution, but it's not a good card anymore. It used to be Cyber Sprite, essentially, back when Aquans were Liquid People, and Liquid People were good. Hmm. Speaking of 6DSi, I did get to talk with Steve about our release event Saturday. Like I said, I have to work Saturday, and I'm probably going to work till 1, but I think our event is going to be till 2. It's going to start at 2, and really it runs until nobody's there anymore. So hopefully I'll be off work in time, but like I said, it's an hour drive, so I'm going to have to drive straight from work to Atlantis Comics. I'm hoping to see the Virginia Beach crew there too, because they have theirs on Sunday, so it's a chance for them to earn double promos. I know I'm going to both events, so I'll be earning double promos. The promos aren't particularly good in my opinion, but for new players who don't have a whole lot, something to play that's better than Gigargon or whatever. My brain is farting. I can't think right now. I'm trying to think, because I know I've played more than just that. There was Skyrim, Minecraft, Team Fortress 2, drawing. I've been drawing a whole lot. Drawing. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I've come down. The reason why I haven't been producing a lot of content is just I've been doing a lot of other things. Drawing, working, playing all kinds of different video games, doing chores because I still live at home. I know, I'm pathetic. Whatever. Reading. I think I've been doing some reading. Well, you know what? Let's talk about the video for a bit. So at this point, I'm almost done sorting Dojo Edition. What do we got left on the table? We got a Chief Mini Tribes, a Karate Carrot, 2 Razor Hide, a Sprout, think that's Stampeding Longhorn. I'm not sure. I just know it's a bad card. I don't really care about it. But after this, there's still a huge stack of Rise to sort and a reasonably sized stack of Evo to sort. And those are probably going to have to be broke up between 2 other videos because this is already a half hour long and I don't want to run out of things to talk about again because I'm running out of things to talk about. At least as far as why I've been away and non-Kaijudo-y things and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I missed a Brain Squirmer sitting up on the computer. And so now that's going in. Brain Squirmer is one of those cards I've got like a million of. I ought to collect Brain Squirmer. Yeah, I'm going to collect Brain Squirmer. Because I remember when it used to be really cool. Horrid Worm. It's Gigastan now. Gigastan's better just because it's got great Evo bait. So here I am showing off that I'm currently done for now, so see you later.